Shamari, would you support codifying Roe v. Wade federally?
Absolutely. I do not believe that it is the government's role to tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body. I think it's pretty simple. If you don't believe in abortion, if you don't want an abortion, don't have one. But it is not the role of government and politicians to be telling women what they can and cannot do with their bodies. We have seen the results of irresponsible regulations and laws in this respect. Even something as basic as IVF, as being able to help families be able to create life themselves with the help of doctors and the help of science and the help of modern technology, has come into question and to doubt because of the laws that we've passed here in the state of Alabama, and something that they had to scramble to try to rectify and still didn't quite rectify it. And I don't think it stops there. I think what will be next is contraception coverage. I don't think that's an illogical assessment of what is likely to occur if this goes on. The fact of the matter is this: women are equipped to make those healthcare decisions for themselves. They don't need government, they don't need politicians, they don't need a president, they don't need Congress, they don't need a Senate to tell them what they can and cannot do with their own bodies. That is a decision that is personal. That is a decision that should be between them, their God, their family, in light of their own circumstances, to be able to make that own personal choice themselves. And so that is a decision that I 100% believe should be left to women.
Caroline, would you support codifying Roe v. Wade federally?
The Supreme Court in the Dobbs decision ruled that abortion is an issue that is best left to the states, and I stand by that decision. I'm pro-life. I believe in exceptions to abortion for the cases of rape, incest, and the life of the mother, but this is an issue that's best left to state legislatures to decide with compassion, consensus, and common sense. When it comes to the issue of IVF, though, we have seen Senator Britt here from Alabama propose legislation that on a national level would ensure access to IVF across the country, and we saw Democrats vote that down because they want to maintain this issue as a campaign rallying cry. I have friends and family who have utilized IVF, the God-given technology, to bring the miracle of life into this world, and I will be a fierce advocate for IVF. I would love to introduce legislation in the House that mirrors Senator Britt's to ensure that we can allow people to utilize this technology to grow their families. But again, the left is politicizing this issue, and what they don't want you to know is that they have a very extreme position when it comes to abortion. Kamala Harris was one of many Democrat senators, all but two, that voted against the Born Alive Act in 2019, which would have ensured that any baby born in a hospital is entitled to medical care. The Democrats don't want you to know that they are the extreme on this issue.
You actually have 90 more seconds to discuss IVF.
Well, perfect lead-in. I'm so grateful for Senator Britt's work on this issue, and I'm grateful for the state legislature for acting quickly in the wake of the Supreme Court decision here in Alabama to ensure access to IVF. But even in those ensuing weeks between the Supreme Court decision here and the action by the state legislature, there were countless women who were in the process of IVF, which is a very emotional, taxing, and expensive experience that were forced to wait or delay the process of trying to bring life into this earth. I think that we have to fight for, I don't think, I know and I feel and I believe, and I will firmly fight for IVF access across this country. And the fact that the bill brought by Senator Britt was defeated by Democrats just shows you that they're willing to sacrifice IVF on the altar of increasing the partisan polarization in our country. We've had enough of that. We need more folks who are just like you and me, working moms, who understand that we need results on this issue and so many others, and we don't need more partisan bickering.
Shamari.
I think what happened in the state of Alabama with IVF was unfortunate. It was sad. It cost a fair number of families an opportunity, at least at the time, to be able to have a family of their own, to have children of their own. But it resulted from this obsession with telling women what they can and cannot do with their bodies. And I believe, as I've said earlier, that is not the responsibility of government. That is a decision that should be left to women and their families and their own circle of advisors in making that tough choice. But we also have to analyze this policy through reality. I'm not extreme on this issue. I just believe that it's an issue that people should be able to make themselves. But to sit here and listen to people, including the presidential nominee on the Republican side, say that you can have an abortion after birth, that's called murder. It ain't true. It's a lie. It's already illegal. You cannot do that. And to also sit here and further a lie that women wait until 8 and 9 months pregnant to have an abortion. It's not true. It's not how it happens. They're making these tough decisions much earlier in that process. And so at the end of the day, I think we have an obligation to make sure that we're standing up for women to make their own decisions.